Hello students, let's discuss a problem based on memory interfacing to 8086 processor. So here is the problem given: interface 32 KB EEPROM using 16 KB chips and 128 KB RAM using 32 KB chips to 8086 processor. Okay, so here we see EEPROM capacity required is 16 KB chips and RAM is 32 KB chips. This is varying, like these two are of not same capacity. In the previous video, we have discussed the interfacing using the same capacity chips. Okay, so let's see when such kind of problems are given, how we can solve them. Okay, so this is how, like as required, we have connected RAM 32 KB RAM 4 because 128 KB RAM is to be interfaced using 432 32 KB chips. So it requires 4 RAM chips. Okay, each one is of 32 KB. So this is 32 KB chips, even and odd bank, and two more are used. 32 KB chips are used as even and odd bank, and two 16 KB EEPROM chips are used. So that total ROM is 32 KB. Here total RAM is 128 KB. Okay, so here we see that as D0 to D7 data lines of the processor are connected to these chips. These are all for even bank, and D8 to D15 data lines of the processor are connected to these chips. These are all odd banks. Okay, so this pair is 64 KB RAM. This pair is another 64 KB RAM. Total it is 128 KB RAM, and this pair is 32 KB EEPROM. Okay, so here I have shown almost all the signals here. We'll see the address lines. So 32 KB chips, they require 2 to the power of 15 is equal to 32 KB. So 15 address lines are required. Okay, for 16 KB, 2 to the power of 14 is equal to 16 KB. So here 14 address lines are required. Okay, so here first let's see, because it is 15 address lines are required for 32 KB. So here we connect processors A1 to A15. Same way here also A1 to A15. Okay, this total is 64 KB. 64 KB requires 16 address lines. 64 KB, it requires 16 address lines. So here A1 to A15 is connected to these chips as required. A1 to A15 will be 15 address lines which are connected to these chips. A0 is used in selecting the banks. We know A0 is used in selecting the even bank. Okay, so total this 64 KB requires 16 address lines. A0 is connected here and A1 to A15 are connected here. Total address lines used are here 16 address lines. In the same way to this pair also, A1 to A15 is connected here. A0 is used in selecting the even bank. Here EEPROM is of 16 KB, so it requires only 14 address lines. Okay, so A1 to A14 is used here. And A0 total it is 32 KB which requires 15 address lines. So A0 is used in selecting the even bank. Okay, so A1 to A14 are used here. Now we have used till A15. Now we are left with address lines A16 to A19. So these address lines are to be decoded. So we have used here 74LS138 decoder. Okay, so till 15 they are used here. Here 15 is not used. We'll see how we can use that in decoding, selecting these particular chips. Here we cannot use A15 here. It is already used here. Okay, so A16 to A19. I can use A16, A17 and A18 here. Okay, so we are left with the A19. We'll see. First we'll write the address mapping. Okay, so ROM addresses, always we take, first we'll see ROM addressing, address map. Okay, address range. ROM addresses will take to the end, like it starts from FFFFF, all bits equal to 1. Okay, so let me take the end address of ROM must be always, as I explained before also, like because it is used for system program storage, ROM is used for system programs storage, always the end addresses are used for ROM purpose. So here let me take, first write down the end address so I can get the start address from this. So what is the end address here? All F's. Okay, so here what will be the start address of this 32 KB EEPROM chip? It requires, we are using A1 to A14. So till A14, all bits equal to 0 will be the start address. Okay, so this is end address and the start address will be F, these 4 bits, it is 8, F8000H. Okay, so this is the start address. Of ROM. So if we want the ROM to be connected, ROM addresses must be present at the end of the memory space. Then we need to take the combination, the addresses like this. So first I have initialized, because the end address I want, I have written the end address. And to get the start address, we know how many address lines are required here for 32 KB EEPROM. So all these bits will be varying. To select, we'll have different combinations starting from all zeros to all ones. So I have written all zeros as the starting address. So we get the address as F8000H will be the start address. Okay, so here A19 must be equal to 1. For this ROM chip to be selected, A19 must be equal to 1. So let me connect this A19 to G1. This is the enable pin of this decoder. Until and unless A19 is equal to 1, this decoder will not be selected. If this decoder is not selected, then these chips will not be selected. So for the ROM address location, this location to be accessed, A19 must be equal to 1. We'll see about the rest of the address bits. Okay, so here we see that A16, 17 and 18 in this case. A16, A17 and 18, these three are all equal to 1, 1, 1. The combination existing here is 1, 1, 1. Okay, so which combination? These address bits A16 to A18, we have given it to the select inputs of the decoder. So when all these bits are equal to 1, the output selected here will be Y7. Okay, so this Y7 I can use to select the EEPROM chips. Y7 decoded with bus high enable bar and A0 is used to select the EEPROM chips. Okay, so here I can use okay, OR gate, as we have seen in the previous video also. Like we use an OR gate because when Y7 is 0 and for odd bank selection bus high enable bar is 0, then this chip must be selected. Okay, but here we are left with one more address line because A1, A0 to A14 are used here. A15 is not used anywhere. A16, 17, 18 are used here and A19 is used here. Here, because these two must be equal to 0, we can ground them. Okay, so A19 is used here. A15 is not shown anywhere. Here A15, for the addresses we have selected, A15 is 1. It must be 1. Okay, so I can connect here A15 with an inverter. Okay, so A15 is connected here, so that when A15 is 1, it must be 1, so that output of this OR gate must be equal to 0, so that these banks are selected. Okay, so this must be equal to, when it is 1, the output of this inverter, we have used inverter here because it must. So when A15 is 1, it must be equal to 1, so that the output of this OR gate is 0. When Y7 is 0, bus high enable bar is low and this is 1, then output of this OR gate will be low and this particular odd chip is selected. Okay, so to select the even bank, here we have taken another OR gate. One input to this OR gate is Y7 and again here other input is A15 with an inverter is given as input here and A0 is given as input to this, so that even bank is selected. Okay, so when Y7 is low, when A15 is high and when A0 is low, then the OR gate output will be low and this chip will be selected. So when an even address is placed on the address bus and if the address is between these in the range of these addresses, then this one location from this particular chip will be selected. Okay, now let's see for RAM selection, how we can do the RAM selection. Here we can take the address like 111 combination of A16 to A18, which are given as select inputs to the decoder, are used in ROM selection. So other combinations, because it's not specified in the problem like a particular address for RAM. Okay, so other combinations we can take for RAM selection. Okay, so here I have taken 110 combination for one pair of RAM selection. A15, in case of RAM, A15 is also used in decoding the address here. Okay, so the combinations will change here. A15 will also change depending on the address. Okay, so here it is 6 and all bits equal to 0 will be the start of the RAM. Start address of the RAM and all bits equal to 1. This will be the end address of one pair of RAM chips. Okay, so it is, what is the start address here? It is E0 00H is the start, and EFFF H is the end address of one pair of RAM chips, 64 KB RAM. Okay, so this I have taken for one pair of RAM, and another pair is there because we have connected here 4 RAM chips. Okay, so for another pair I can take another combination for A16, 17, 18. Any combination you can take. Let us suppose I take 5, 101, and all other bits will be 0 is the start address range, and all bits equal to 1 will be the end address range. Okay, so this is the address map. So what is the address? Here it is D. Okay, 12, 13. 13 means it is D. Okay, D0000H is the start address of another bank. DFFF H is the end address of the RAM. Okay, so these addresses I have selected. So to show them, like for selection, so what I have to do, for Y6 is used for this pair, let us suppose. Okay, so for odd bank, this Y6, one input to one OR gate, and another input is here, it is Y6, and another input is for odd bank, it is bus high enable bar. So this is used in selecting this particular chip. Okay, and the same Y6 ORed with A0 is used in selecting this particular chip, even bank. Okay, so this is how we decoded for this pair of RAM. And for another pair, we have selected the address D, that is Y16, 17, 18. This combination is 101, that is 5. That means Y5. Okay, so this Y5 I can take for this pair selection. So here one input is Wi-Fi. This is bus high enable bar to a OR gate, and select this particular bank, and this Wi-Fi, same Wi-Fi, I'm not connecting so that it looks clean. Okay, so A0 is given as input here, and this output is used in selecting this particular bank. Okay, so this is how these RAM chips are selected for the addresses we have chosen here. Okay, so instead of Wi-Fi and Y6, if you want the start address, why not? So this selection, these bits must be equal to 000. Okay, if you put A16, 17, the address range will change then. If you connect Y0, if you use Y0 and Y1 for this RAM chip selection, then the address ranges will change. Okay, so this is how we can do the interfacing when different capacity chips are to be connected. So here you see carefully, like A15, how it is used in selecting this 16 KB EEPROM chips, this EEPROM. Okay,